everyone. Welcome to our Global Top English Seminar today. It's a warm welcome to all of you. The past few weeks may have been the globally the warmest times that we have ever had. But I hope that doesn't deter us from our pursuit to success. Even though it's hot, we need to make sure we are staying hydrated and, of course, putting on sunscreen to protect ourselves. So once again, thank you for joining us today. Before we begin with our company motto, just a quick introduction from our translator for the Korean language, Kuao Pao. Thank you very much for doing the translation today. If you are in need of translation, it is on the bottom section for that. All right, I think we're all ready. We can go into the company model now. If you can do it with me, that'd be wonderful. We have one more at the end, so you can join us for that at the end as well. So let us begin. Is everyone ready?
Hey.
Go. Cherish the spirit.
Cherish
the spirit,
The vision.
create
Cherish
the
the
vision, follow the
Follow
faith,
the faith,
serve in
serve in
humility.
humility.
Aja.
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 All right. Thank you very much for joining us in the company model. That is the vision that Atomy built for all of us to follow the company model in our pursuit to success. So I hope you remember our company model in our hearts. So let us go ahead with our first presentation today. Giving us the product presentation, Sales Master David Kim.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Kim. I am a sales master from TOPSen터. So today I'll just be talking about two brief products. The first one is a sugar body scrub. So the sugar body scrub is a PV of 8,000 and a price of $21. So this Atomy sugar scrub helps with removing the skin cells from our bodies. If you've ever tried using Atomy's peeling gel, this is basically the same form, but not only for your face, but also for your body. So the good thing about this scrub is it's very convenient, and you could just use it in the shower instead of waiting compared to the peeling gel. You could just be in the shower, put on your body, and just gently massage your skin and scrub off the dead skin cells and the dirt. So there's these small beads that the gel has in them as well with the sugar. These provide the skin exfoliating as well as skin hydration and skin circulation. So these are the three different types of sugars and two different types of exfoliating powders. These will work together to remove our dead skin cells and keeping your skin very nice and soft. As that's what this is meant for, right? Cleaning and just repairing your skin. These are the main ingredients for the little beads as that are in the gel as well. And what it does to your body, from this product has like the natural ingredients, so there's no chemicals to injure or damage your skin any further, but to just keep it very hydrated, moisturized, and also have a very good scent. The next product I'll be talking about is the foot care. So the foot scrub wash is $16 at a PV of 6,000, and the cream is $17 for the PV of 7,000. So this is basically the same thing as the body scrub, but this is specifically for the foot. So please do not use this on anywhere else but your feet, as this is a lot rougher on your skin. This is specifically for also people who have dry heels or heel cracks. Then this will easily or kind of like get rid of your cracked heel and also kind of just repair it back to normal. So you have a baby smooth heel and feet, of course, easily to use. And also we have this cream. Because this it's a kind of rough on our feet, we want something to kind of soften and like nourish our feet and hydrate. And that's where the cream comes in compared to the body wash. Because the body scrub, it's a bit lighter, so you can use it anytime without a cream. But this one is rougher for your skin, so it is highly recommended to use the cream right after you use it so that you don't damage your skin or any dirt goes into your skin after you wash it. So this cream is very high moisturizing and it protects your skin from any other damages further notice. And yes, I highly recommend you to for you guys to use these two products if you never tried using it, or if you know someone who has dried ankle like heels. I highly recommend you guys to try using these products, as I've tried it before. It makes your skin very smooth and my feet very smooth as well. And yes, thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much for the product presentation. Hopefully you're able to try it ourselves, and maybe now that we're going outdoors, we're more mindful of our condition and making sure we feel good. Of course, we have many other products that are really, really good for us, and then we can always try. Some of these products may not be available in our own branch, but hopefully we'll be able to at least wait for the opportunity or find opportunities to be able to try it ourselves. So yes, thank you very much, David, for the presentation. Now we have a presentation done for our company and marketing plan by Diamond Master Daniel Kim. It's a very important lecture because this is what entitles us to understand why we are part of Atomy. What are we able to benefit from, and why we are able to stick with Atomy and become successful here? Why are we even meeting up at this moment? This is all tied up into the understanding of our company and marketing plan that our chairman, Hang-Kil Park, has created. And of course, our Diamond Master Daniel Kim will explain very well, and we'll be able to learn a lot today.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Diamond Master Daniel. And once again, I just want to thank all of you for joining us today. And so if you can just go around saying hi to one another. So let's just start off the day with a lot of energy, right? Because that's important. You got to have a positive mindset, full of energy if you want to do Atomy. If you feel down or anything like that, try to do something that will help you feel more motivated, right? Whether that is going out on a run, right? Going to the beach, right? Just taking a day off for yourself, just to collect yourself so that you can start fresh, because our mental health is just as important as our physical health. And so today I'm going to be doing the company compensation plan. But before I do, I'd like us to watch a just short video, and then we'll get started from there.
I think the first is, depending upon how well you want to do, and particularly if you're starting a company, you need to work super hard. So what does super hard mean? Well, when my brother and I were starting our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we slept on the couch. And we showered at the YMCA, and we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day, and I was coding at night. 7 days a week, all the time. Work hard like every waking hour. That's the thing I would say particularly if you're starting a company. And I mean, if you do simple math, say like, okay, if somebody else is working 50 hours and you're working 100, you'll get twice as much done in the course of a year as the other company.
I think too is you got to make sure that whatever you're doing is a great product or service. It has to be really great. And I go back to what I was saying earlier, where if you're a new company, I mean, unless it's like some new industry or new market if it's an untapped market, then you have more ability the standard is lower for your product or service. But if you're entering anything where there's an existing marketplace against large entrenched competitors, then your product or service needs to be much better than theirs. It can't be a little bit better, because then you put yourself in the shoes of the consumer and they say, why would you buy it as a consumer? You're always going to buy the trusted brand unless there's a big difference. So a lot of times entrepreneur will come up with something which is only slightly better. And it can't just be slightly better. It's got to be a lot better.
The other thing I'd say is that if you're creating a company or if you're joining a company, the most important thing is to attract great people. So either join a group that's amazing that you really respect, or if you're building a company, you've got to gather great people. I mean, all a company is a group of people that have gathered together to create a product or service. And so depending upon how talented and hardworking that group is, and the degree to which they're focused cohesively in a good direction, that will determine the success of the company. So do everything you can to gather great people if you're creating a company. Then I'd say focus on signal over noise. A lot of companies get confused. They spend money on things that don't actually make the product better. So, for example, at Tesla, we've never spent any money on advertising. We put all of the money into R&D and manufacturing and design to try to make the car as good as possible. And I think that's the way to go. So for any given company, just keep thinking about, are these efforts that people are expending, are they resulting in a better product or service? And if they're not, stop those efforts. And then I think that the final thing I would encourage you to do is, now is the time to take risk. You don't have, you don't have kids, but as you get older, your obligations increase. And once you have a family, you start taking risk not just for yourself, but for your family as well. It gets much harder to do things that might not work out. So now is the time to do that before you have those obligations. So I would encourage you to take risks now. Do something bold. You won't regret it.
And so that was a short video about someone we probably all know. That is Elon Musk, right? He is also the creator and founder of Tesla, right? So the electric car that we all see here today, and many of us maybe even wanting to have that kind of car in the future, right? But he's covered on how to create your own company, right? What are the 5 key points, right? And you can see that he said, number 1, you work hard, right? He works really hard to create that product, to create his company. Then number 2, you need a good product. And then after that, you need to gather people, and then all these other steps. But the thing is, for all these companies, in order to create this amazing company, you need to have the talent, the level of ingenuity that Elon Musk had, right? And you'd have to do all these research to create these good products and gather all these talented people, and to do all that, you need money, and you need to take the risk by borrowing money from the bank and things like that, right? So creating a company, it seems simple on paper, but it's not really easy, right? No matter how hard we want to try, we might not be able to create a company that is as good as, if not better, than what's out there. So then what is going to allow us to compete in this current market? What makes us have the same cutting edge as other competitors, right? And I believe that is Atomy. But in Atomy, you also have to follow those few steps, right? You have to work hard in Atomy. And then in Atomy, the good products are already there. So you don't have to find any good products, because you can already know from the quality, from the price of Atomy's products, that you have a great product that you can offer to those around you, right? So that's already 2 things that is checked marked off. And then the next thing is that he talks about gathering good people. That means teamwork, right? That is what Atomy always talks about. We have to have good teamwork, good synergy, right? But one thing he says that we don't cover is that talent, right? In Atomy, we don't tell you to be talented. We don't tell you to be a computer engineer. We don't tell you to be a CEO before you do Atomy. No, you can just be a regular person, a housewife, a teacher, a student. It doesn't matter who you are, but in Atomy, you have the potential to succeed, right? And so that's what differentiates us between other companies and what makes it easier, if not possible, for your dreams to come true through Atomy. And then the next thing is to focus on, bringing out the best of the products, right? In Atomy, they did the same thing as they did in Tesla. We don't do marketing, right? If you've seen before in the very first startings of Atomy, the beginning, we never did any sort of marketing. So we didn't offer our products on television or on newspaper or on magazines, right? Everything was to do with the products and the word of mouth, right? Everything was that I felt how I felt about this product. I really love this product. So now I'm going to go share it with my friends and family. Then that means that we need to first learn how to love the products, learn to enjoy the products before we can start sharing. And then the last thing is that to take risks, right? In order to create any sort of company, whether you're starting today, whether you've already have a company, you know that there is risk involved, right? Whether that is to have money, whether that is to have, a company building or, take out a loan. But in Atomy, there is no initial risk to start, right? Everything you start with is up to you on how much effort and time and you put in, right? So the only risk you're putting into is your own time and effort. And so that's just a short video about how to create your own company and how maybe it could change your mindset on how you view Atomy as not just a simple network marketing, but a much bigger picture. And so today, as I said before, I will be covering the company compensation plan. And so we'll get into more detail today about that. And so as you know, in order to be an auto sales master in Atomy, which is the kind of the first gateway to becoming successful in Atomy, you must learn how to do things over and over again, right? That's the kind of core of Atomy, repetition. And if you share the same knowledge that you've learned and mastered here to your partners, right? To your business partners, then that is the key to success. And so you don't have to make up your own rules or knowledge, right? And so we don't have to make our own company like Tesla all the way from scratch. All of it is right here for you to learn. And then you just have to make it into your own special knowledge and weapon for you to use. And so obviously in the beginning, there's a lot of this is a process, right? It's going to be a lot of hard work and a lot of it will be manual and it will require a great deal of sacrifice and effort if you want to succeed, right? And so as you saw the video earlier, Elon Musk and his brother spent 4 years sacrificing all their hard work and lives to create a company which they sold for $305 million. And so that means that they've done things that maybe normal people wouldn't. They've spent hundreds of plus hours when an average person would just spend 50 hours a week and then they'll be satisfied and then they'll go home, watch TV, sleep, eat, right? But for them, they didn't want to sleep. They didn't want to eat. They wanted to do their best to focus to create this amazing company that they could later on profit from. Right? And so that is the difference between someone who is successful and someone who is just going with the flow, right? And so right now, I want you to think, are you someone who is going to go with the flow? Are you going to be satisfied with just living your life, not looking for anything more? Or are you going to be someone who's going to seek for success? Do you want to find success in your life, right? If you truly believe that you want success, then that means that you have to change. No one's going to help you change for you. You have to start from your own self. And that means it all starts from us. We have to change from ourselves in order for us to gain success. But once you start and you're able to reach to a point where your business becomes a passive income business, then you'll start to earn income unlike any other business that you have out there, right? Let's say that you own a supermarket and you own that supermarket and it fluctuates here and there, right? But in that 4 years time that you own the supermarket, do you think that you could make $100,000 a month, right? Or let's say it's 10 years time. I'll give you more time, 10 years time. Let's say you can make $100,000 a month in that supermarket. Do you think that's possible? to be honest, I think that's very unlikely, right? Very, very unlikely. For a supermarket to make 100,000 a month, you'd have to be something like Walmart. But are you Walmart? No. Do you have the potential to be like Walmart? Very unlikely, because in that market, Walmart is already dominating the market. So how can you beat someone like them? You can't. It becomes really difficult, right? But let's say you put in the same amount of time into Atomy, right? And you put in genuine hard work, not just pretending to be hardworking, not working at all and expecting others to do your work, but actually doing your work in Atomy for 10 years, then let's see the progress you've made, right? I can guarantee you that within the 10 years, if you actually worked hard, then you would have been close to, if not making 100,000 a month, you'd be an Imperial Master, right? And that is residual income. That doesn't mean that after you reach that point, you no longer have to work and you can just, do all what other Imperial Masters do and, just help out here and there, but you no longer have to do those hard work anymore in your lifetime, right? And then you can pass on that wealth to your children. And so that is the secret to the compensation plan. And so as you all know that we have a rise in AI, right? We are heading into the fourth industrial revolution, and we are now in a new era. And that means that more things are changing rapidly. And if we are not ready, and if we're not prepared to change with this new times, we'll be left behind. Right, as you can see there, the ChatGPT is slowly advancing to the AI, which is even breaking new boundaries and showing that they can even take on tests for lawyers that are supposed to take these grad tests, and that really puts these perspective on what the future is like. And then there was another news article that was posted recently, and this person here. They actually lost their job due to AI, right? The company realized that it was cheaper to use AI than to hire this person. And then so they fired that person and then replaced them with AI. And so there's no guarantee for your future, right? So then now what do you need to do? You need to focus on what you can actually prepare for in the future. In 10 years' time, there's no guarantee that what you're doing now will still be there. And so in Atomy, we have our chairman, Hang-gil Park, right? And so this is the person that has created Atomy, and he's had many experiences, and he's actually been on many famous magazines before, as like the Forbes or the Fortune, and you can see that he has many experiences in the direct selling industry and has already failed multiple times before he's found his success in Atomy. And so Atomy is founded to distribute products that are produced by Komar B&H. And Komar B&H is a company that is producing goods that the Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute develops, right? So the Komar and the Research Institute combined together, they research all these amazing products like the Hemohim that you have today and the Atomy evening care sets and so forth. And then from there, they give it to Atomy, and Atomy is the kind of face of the company, and they are the ones to distribute all these amazing company products that are developed. And so this is a short glance of what we have today of Atomy and its current standings. Some of them are a little bit outdated because we don't have the latest information, unfortunately, updated from the company side. But Atomy is currently ranked 10th in the global direct selling company ranking since 2021. And they have more than 16 million global members worldwide, and has hosted more than 6,000 seminars around the world to this day. And it has many business members, and some of them which are old, and around 1 million of those members are around the age of 65 or older, right? And so Atomy currently has a return rate of less than 1% for the 13th consecutive year almost, and then Hemohim is now ranked number 1 in the sales in its industry. And so as you can see just from the statistics there, and this company is not even older than 15 or 20 years. Or it shows that this is a very strong company, right? Just the stats from that, you can realize that, okay, even if you're not doing the business, you could admit that, wow, this is an amazing company. Because if you want to be where Atomy is and you start your own company, very unlikely that you could reach that level without being very knowledgeable about this industry, right? So Atomy has truly created something that is beyond what we see out there today. And so as you all know, Atomy is an online distribution of products, and we are a network marketing and a multi-level marketing platform that distributes daily necessity products. And so you say that, oh, you guys are an MLM business, then that means that you probably have, very expensive things, or you guys have monthly fees, right? I can't really trust you guys, right? But that's where Atomy is changing those ideas and really breaking down those barriers. And so I want to explain to you those things, what Atomy is doing, so that you can also share it to your partners and customers. And so what makes Atomy so successful, right? They offer daily necessity products, right? If Atomy was trying to sell you something that you really don't need, then it's very difficult for you to sell it to your customers. But Atomy is offering something that's so easy to sell and easy to offer because it's something that we all use, right? We all brush our teeth, we all wash our hair. These are all something that we do on a daily. But if we can do those things while making money, then why not? There's no reason why we shouldn't choose Atomy. And so which allows for all this to happen is because Atomy uses this strategy called Prestige, which is the combination of two words together from mass and prestige, which prestige products for everyone and anyone to use, right? So that is what mass stands for the masses, for the people. And then prestige meaning high quality, prestige, upscale products, right? And so combining together is this word called Prestige is created. And they do this by following the simple rule in all their products, which is the absolute quality and absolute price, right? So that's what Atomy has been based off of, which has been the reason why it's been so successful till today. And as I mentioned before, Atomy has a very low return rate in all of the industry combined, right? So you can see there we have a list of different industries there, some of them not mentioned, but Atomy has been consecutively the lowest among all the top 10 companies there. And so it just proves to show that the quality is very reliable, and we don't skimp out on using the best of the best for our consumers. And so Atomy is a global market, right? It has a binary system, which means two legs, right? So you only use one leg on the left and one leg on your right, and that is your two legs that you focus on to build your Atomy business. And it's a unlimited level, so you don't have to worry about having your lines capped at a certain amount of people, but rather you can have 1 million people underneath you, and they'll all be your partners, and you'll benefit from all of them. And it'll be a global market system. So no matter where you go, no matter which part of the world you start at, you can have different customers or different partners in any part of the world. And all of their sales count to your sales as well. And so we are a global market. We have different countries currently open around the world, and with a very ethical membership, right? So as I mentioned before, many people have doubt because it's an MLM business, but here it really breaks that doubt because we have a free membership, no monthly or annual fees, no maintenance fees, no monthly purchase required, or any capital to start. And Atomy also uses a GSGS system, which is the global sourcing, global sales strategy, is to expand by globally procuring and gathering all these products from around the world that meet our absolute quality, absolute price standard. And then they sell them through our global sales network. And so as more locations open up in other countries, Atomy will become more active as we secure new markets and suppliers. And so this allows for suppliers to be able to sell and export more products while consumers can take advantage of this better products at lower prices. And so these are some of the products that we have here today that you can see. And currently even more are being expanded every month, right? So if you've ever tried any of these products, you know that they're very high of quality and that you don't have to worry about Atomy not providing the best of the best. And this is also just a brief outline of some of the most used products in each of the countries. So you can see, like in North America, a lot of them really like the Hemoheme or the Absolute and so forth. And it's the same for other different countries. And so Atomy is currently operating in 27 different countries worldwide, and Uzbekistan was opened last year. And we have a few more newer locations opening this year as well. And the global members, as I mentioned before, has exceeded already 16 million members by 2021. So if we have the data that is out in 2023, we would hopefully get that updated. But then I would assume that it's already past the close to the 20 million mark, and plan to open at least 20 more branches in the next 5 years, with a global sales of $2.2 billion in 2021. And so these are some of the countries that were opened and are planning to open in 2023. And so as you can see, we have plans to open in Bangladesh or Peru and Chile in the later half of the year. And so Atomy is all about the culture of growing and teamwork, right? So in order for you to succeed in your Atomy business, you really require to work together. So what does that mean? That means that you can't talk bad about your partners. You can't say that, oh, do this or do that, because they're not your employees, right? This is a team business, but it requires everyone to work together. If you can't do that, then it's going to be very, very difficult for you to succeed in Atomy, right? So you need to have a very open mind and a very humble heart if you want to do this without having any difficulties and actually have fun, right? If you just have that kind of open-heartedness and then you do this with a actual giving heart, then it makes it much more easier and a lot more fun to do this business. And so Atomy allows for your consumption to turn into economic gain and income, right? So what do I mean by this, right? So in the regular market, you have your cash back and you get your money there, but the cash back is very minimal. But in Atomy, not only does it become an economic gain because of the products that you use, but because it's so great in quality, but you also receive commission based off your consumption, but not only your consumption, but other people's consumptions as well. And so I want to give you an example is that we have here a program called Optimum Points, which is run by shoppers. And so shoppers, in order for you to gain the minimum required to get any sort of money back or cash back, you would have to have 10,000 optimum points for it to equal $10 worth of your points. And so you get 15 points per every dollar you spend. And so if I want to have the minimum required for the $10 off, I need to spend $667 worth of money in shoppers or any equivalent affiliated store for me to receive that $10 off. And so in Atomy, now let's take a look. We have to have 300K PV on the left and right, and then we receive $60, right? And so then in order for us to receive the $60, let's say we just buy Hemoheme just to make it simple. And so let's say Hemoheme is around $130 on average, and you receive about 60K PV on average. This can fluctuate depending on your country. And so then you need to buy about 10 Hemohemes, let's say, and you'll have 600K PV on 300K on one side and 300K on the other. Then you are going to be qualified to get $60, right? But in Atomy, it's a network marketing business. So we build our network And by doing so, people under us will also be able to purchase those products, which lessen the burden of having to purchase everything by ourselves. So then let's say you have 20 people underneath you, 10 on the left, 10 on the right, and those 10 people each buy a certain amount of PV worth, then now you only need to maybe buy 10,000 PV worth of products, right? So then instead of spending a lot more, now you're spending less, but you're still receiving that $60, all right? But even if you spent, let's say, the full $1,300 worth of products and you get the $60, it's still more than what you would receive with Shoppers. Because in Shoppers, if you want to receive, let's say you spend twice the amount and you spend $1,200 worth of products, you only get $20 worth of coupon or discount for the cashback, right? So overall, the value per dollar, it comes out, the Atomy, it becomes much better in terms of that. But not only do you make commission, but you can also rely on that value that the products bring because they are of very high quality. And so in Atomy, you can either become a consumer or a business member. So you're not forced to be either or the business or the consumer. You can be one or the other, but you have to later on down the road, you want to focus on being one or the other. But later on, you can easily switch to becoming a business person or going back to a consumer if this is not for you. And so as a Atomy consumer, you want to change from becoming an Atomy consumer, then you start to doing a mart change, right? That means that you start to change all the products that you use on a daily basis in your house into Atomy products. So let's say you're using Colgate toothpaste from Shoppers, but now you realize Atomy's toothpaste is so much better, so you switch that out. And then from shampoo, you're using Head and Shoulders from Walmart, but you started to use Atomy's Absolute because they had a much better results for your scalp and hair. And so you start to do those things one step at a time, changing all the household products. And just by doing that alone, can you generate a large amount of PV? And so then you just duplicate that same thing to your consumers or partners. And if they do that same process, then you'll start to generate a lot more PV naturally. And then you change to becoming a regular user. And then from there, you start to receive general commission. And then you increase the household income thanks to the compensation plan. And then from that, you start to see the vision by participating, learning, being a part of these seminars, and become a Atomy business partner. And so how is Atomy points calculated, right? So here we have the Atomy PV value. So each product has its own separate PV values. And so through the PV values, can you generate the commission? And so the PV is divided into two separate PV groups. So we have the personal PV, which is points generated by your personal purchases, and it is accumulated over a lifetime. So this personal PV is something that will stay there forever, and even after you pass away, it'll still be there, right? For the group PV, that is what's going to be generated by your purchases made by your legs, and then those ones are what's going to refresh to generate your commission. And as I mentioned before, Atomy has an unlimited group PV accumulation, so you don't have to worry about your PV ever expiring if it didn't match in that specific time set. Because there are some MLM businesses where it's like you have to match your points by a certain time frame, let's say within 2 weeks or 1 month, or your points will all refresh. So no matter how much money you've spent, it'll all disappear. But in Atomy, it doesn't matter if it's 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. If the other leg doesn't match, it'll still be there until it matches, then it'll refresh. And so Atomy, what allows for Atomy to be so well, to grow so well is that it has a ceiling cap, allowing for an equal opportunity for everyone, right? And so the ceiling cap of 50,000 per month, which allows a cap, so that way then all the excess will flow down to those below us. And that allows for not some one person to monopolize on all the income, but rather that person, once they reach that cap, then the excess is now redistributed down to the bottom. And so the other companies, they have the payout system similar to this, right? So let's think of Amazon or Tesla, right? Then you have the majority of the money at the top getting sent to the people at the very top of the company, which is the CEO or the executives or the shareholders. And then what's left from what the company makes is now then given to the employees, right? So the people that are working for the company, and they have that labor job, and then these people are going to be working for the rest of their lives, just making a little bit of money, while the CEO gets to not even have to work any at some point, and they'll be able to still generate income, right? But then if these people, they get fired, then they'll no longer be able to even generate that same income that they were making. But for Atomy, because it is a residuals income system, once you reach a certain level, the amount of money that you get will also increase, but also at the same time, you'll be making money residually every single day, right? So this thing, money that gets piled up, and then eventually you'll notice that at some point, you'll be making a monthly income without even having to look at your paycheck or worry about, oh, can I pay the bills, because this money is just coming in automatically, right? So that's the power of a residual income business. And so this is also amazing because it allows for a third generation inheritance. So then that means that when you pass away, your Atomy code will be passed on to your children and their children. So you have provided them a legacy of some sort. While if you, let's say, were working in your current job for the rest of the years until you hit 100, would you be able to provide income for your future grandchildren? I doubt it, right? The majority of us would never be able to even create enough just to live on our own once we reach past 65 and retire. But now it's come to this, and you can provide a future for your family. I'd say that this is a much better option than anything out there. And so the PV is divided into different sections of the global sales that we get. And so we have 44% there goes to the general commissions, and then the 20% goes to the master's bonus, and then 30% for the promotions and incentives that we get from the websites, and then the 6%, which is the education center fee if you own a center. And so we'll be talking about the two major ones, which is the general commission first. As I mentioned before, this is 44% of the global sales that is distributed into the general commission. So whatever the company's earnings and sales is, 44% of that is transferred into general commissions. And so as you can see there, that is the points structure there. So once you reach your personal PV, you have a maximum level of exclusive distributor. You reach that level, then you no longer can go beyond that. And then the only thing that refreshes is now your group PV. So as you can see there, you need a left group and a right group. And once they meet a certain criteria of reaching, let's say, 300,000 on the left and right, then you're allowed to receive that general commission of plus minus $60, and then 120 and so forth when you reach those specific levels. And so the general commission is counted on the points that you earn daily from Wednesday to Tuesday, and then they pay to your bank account on the following Tuesday, right? And so that's how you can calculate when you'll be getting paid out. And so next is the mastership bonus. And so the 20% of the company's earnings is now allocated for our mastership bonus. So right there, you already have 64% of the company's sales giving back to the consumers, back to the partners, the business partners that we have here today. And so from the 20%, half of that is given to the people at the very bottom, which is the sales master. I find that very amazing because this shows that the company is very careful and wants to support those people who are at the bottom, right? And then the people at the very top, because they're already doing well, they only make about 0.3% of that 20% mastership bonus. And so the mastership bonus is calculated in 2 periods, which is the 1st to the 15th and the 16th to the end of the month. And then once you reach that mastership bonus, then you have a bonus promotion, the additional you get from the products and the first time bonus, along with your mastership bonus that gets paid out. And as also I mentioned many times before, we also have a semi-sales master promotion, which is a one step below that the company created for people to help be helped and really help the people at the very bottom to succeed even more. Right. So I'd say that with this, there's no reason for people to truly struggle in reaching auto sales master, because this allows for even more potential to grow very quickly. And so this is the mastership promotion, right? So we have here the first level, which is the sales master. You need a personal PV of 700,000, and then you need a group PV on the left and right of 2.5 million PV each. And then this will qualify for becoming a sales master. However, once you reach the next level, which is diamond master, you can see that the personal PV has increased, but now you need 2 sales masters on your left and 2 sales masters on your right. So then that means that you no longer are forced to build on PV, but rather you need to now create 2 partners on the left and right. So and then the same format follows all the way until you're a imperial master, right? And so then what does that mean? That means, as I mentioned before, you need to build a team. You need to build the right team. Right? So imagine you want to reach Imperial Master, but your partners, you have a bad relationship with them, or you have built no trust with your partners, then how can you reach Imperial Master? It's impossible, right? Because this is a teamwork-based business. If you're really selfish and only think about your own profits, your own success, and then that you think that, oh, if it doesn't benefit me, I'm not going to do this for my partner. If it doesn't benefit me, I'm not going to invest into doing this or help them in their mastership challenge. Then how are you going to succeed in Atomy, right? I'd say you should just give up if that's the way you think, right? And so if you truly want to succeed in Atomy, you need to build a proper team that requires you to build trust and build a synergy with your team, right? And so if you are very selfish, then I think it's time for you to look back and see if you should change or not, right? And I'd encourage you to want to change, right? Because this is something that I want people to not give up on, because it's an opportunity of a lifetime. And so once you reach a promotion, the first promotion, then you receive a one-time incentive. And so here, once you reach sales master, you get like these products, like the evening care set or the absolute set as well. And then for the the diamond master, you get a laptop or a cash equivalent for that on top of these products. And then general's master, you receive additional cash and travel tickets. And then for Star Master, you also receive additional 10,000 in cash and additional travel tickets. And then from Royal Master, you receive 50,000 in cash, travel tickets, along with a car for sponsorship activities, and $2,000 per month that you can use for your sponsorship. And then from the Crown Master, you receive even more cash, an additional car incentive, travel tickets, and more cash for you to spend on your partners. And then from lastly, Imperial Master, you receive 1 million in cash, a car incentive, and then travel tickets, and then 10,000 per month for sponsorship activities and office rental, personal assistant, and a driver. And so Atomy, in order for you to succeed, you need to build and attend these success systems, right? And that's why we're all here today, and we're all here listening to me speaking, even though you might have heard this, 100 times or 1,000 times, because that is what's going to build your success, right? By being here and over and over and over again, can you truly bring it and ingrain it into your brain? Then you can tell this to your partners without making any sort of mistakes. And then you can bring them now into the sense system and do this repeatedly over and over again. And that's how you build your success system. And so I hope that you are able to gain anything, a little bit of information from today, even if it's something small that you can take home with you and that you can apply that to your business, right? Because, you know, we are now approaching a new era where we don't have a lot of time left, right? And so I would strongly encourage you not to waste your time doing things that has no future, but to start building towards a future that you know is gonna last forever. And so I hope that you all enjoyed my seminar for today, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you thank you very much, Daniel Kim. That's Daniel Kim for sharing us an amazing understanding of the company and marketing plan. In the beginning, he gone through the deep understanding of what we need to do to create our business. And Atomy is our individual business. It is our own company. We got to personalize it and make it our own. And as a CEO of your group, of your business, of this company, you have to put in the initial work. But Atomy is a proper setup company. So once we put in the effort, once we put in the work, once we work really hard in the beginning, we'll have a time when we will be able to relax, we'll be able to enjoy. And I think we hear it all the time. A lot of the leaders are still actively participating in lecture, guidance, and help and support, and they travel and do and teach other people as well. But at the same time, you hear them relaxing. They're playing golf. They're with their family. They're spending time where they can with the people that they love. And so that is the type of lifestyle that we're aiming for as well. So thank you very much, all of you, for joining us today. Our time has come to an end. And so at this moment, we're just going to go ahead with our company motto and then take a photo all together, and that'll be all for today. All right. Once the company model is up, we will begin. All right. Once you're ready, let's begin. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Go. Cherish the spirit.
Cherish the spirit.
Reach the vision,
Reach the vision.
follow faith,
Serve in humility.
serve in humility.
Aja.
Aja.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Please don't leave yet. I will be taking a photo. So, all right, on 3, 1. Sorry. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Much. Thank you. See you next
Thank
time.
you.
Thank you.
너무 수고하셨습니다.